How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to True Crime Loser. How's your week going? We're halfway through. It's been cold here in New York. No one really cares. All right. So I watched a video last night that Plunder put out that had a lot of information on the Watts family house, and it was talking about how at one point it was appraised for in the 600,000 range, and in August the estimated value was down in the 300,000 range. And I think the bank is foreclosing on it right now, or they probably will. I can't imagine Shanann's family coming in and making the payments for that. I can't imagine there's any. I mean, the bank just owns it. They were behind. So I do know that Shanann's family filed a wrongful death lawsuit, and that the family of the victim that gets murdered usually does that in a murder case, in a very high profile murder case. And the reason they do that is that any money that Chris makes, say if they like make a movie or a documentary series, or he starts selling autographed pictures or whatever it is, any of that money that he makes off this case, I think all of it goes to, once they eventually win the wrongful death lawsuit, which I think they will. It's looking like a very strong case. But I was watching the video about their house last night, and I started thinking, and I started asking my girlfriend, and we were talking about, I was asking, could you live in the Watts house? Because it's a beautiful, gorgeous house that's now appraising for very cheap compared to comparable houses in that area. And I don't know if I could, but they should do something with it. Maybe the bank should just have it empty for a number of years and remodel it. And then, a young family, it could help. It's too nice of a structure. I think it's just a waste to just knock it down. It's a nice house, and I know something horrible happened there, but at this point on the earth, something horrible has happened everywhere at this point. And so I think that eventually that house could help somebody that needs a place to live. But it would be weird. Can you imagine? You could do a hell of a haunted house around the Halloween time. Also, too, I looked up the big kind of break in this case today, or I don't know when he put it out, but Armchair Detective, great YouTube channel. Respect for that guy. And then I watched Jennifer Vaughn's video about it, another great true crime YouTuber. The shadows, though. The shadow. Oh, man, the shadow. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go check out Armchair's video. And like I said, Jennifer Vaughn's video, she did a lot of where she showed it zoomed in. But Armchair Detective zoomed way in on Chris loading the bodies in the morning. And at one angle, it looks like there's a shadow, as if a kid was standing on the other side of the truck from where the camera's filming, and maybe the kid took one step forward, and then it looks like Chris stepped towards that and then reached down, pick it up in a similar motion that you would pick up a kid. I don't know if I can sign off that I think that is Bella yet. I admit that it looks weird. I do think that time in the morning, there's a lot of shadows, and it could be you know how kind of car doors either like to be in this position or this position? So if they're kind of in the middle of one of those, they'll fall to kind of one of their two positions that it hangs out in. I think it could be that, he had something right there, and then the door kind of moves, and we see the shadow under the truck. We see it move, and then he picks it up. But either way, Good work to Armchair Detective. It's kind of a weird, it just doesn't make sense to me to keep, it's so sad to talk about, but why would he murder Shanann and Cece and then bring Bella and not Bella? Because Bella would see that, and it's just heartbreaking. And also, too, the autopsy is Bella. They said fought really hard. Like she had that little piece of skin right there that was torn because to try to get that air, you're going to fight hard with your tongue. You're going to be trying to push whatever. Just horrific stuff. And Chris talks about in the interrogation that Bella was the one that really was like him and it kind of was drawn to him. And I just don't think, like, how would you smother, if he did bring her along and smothered her out there, like, when would you have done it? He would have had to, like, tackle her or just, like, in the back seat of the car. It's just grisly. So as terrible as it sounds, and this is really just where we're at with this case, this is terrible as it sounds. I hope that he did it just in bed when they were sleeping. Because my God. What else is going on? Chris Hansen, I saw this morning, got arrested for bouncing checks. He contracted a promotional material company that makes t-shirts and mugs and all that type of stuff to make him $13,000 worth of promotional merchandise for something that he was doing. And Chris didn't pay. Hansen, not Watts. He didn't pay. And then the guy was like, dude, I made you a bunch of fucking mugs and shit. Give me my money. And again, Chris didn't pay. And then I think he called the guy that owns the promotion store called the cops. And they forced Chris to, and he wrote a check from some LLC that he owns, and that bounced. And then he wrote him a personal check, and that bounced. And then they arrested him, and he's got a mugshot. And anybody that makes a career like Chris Hansen did of taking people at the worst moment of their life, To Catch a Predator, you're catching these guys in the worst moment of their life, and then he just would ask them, did you bring condoms? Did you bring lube? And the camera's zooming in on their face. And so it's just kind of funny to see Hansen in there, mugshot, and it blows my mind. How does this guy not have 13 grand? I mean, I think he got, did he have a Me Too scandal? I should have looked it up. I could look it up right now, but I don't know. It really doesn't matter. I think if he did have a Me Too scandal, let me know in the comments, but he should still have 13 grand. He was the host of so many of those shows. He could go on a speaking tour, just the Chris Hansen fucking, To Catch a Predator reunion circuit tour. And I don't think they would sell out and be a smash hit, but he would sell a bunch of tickets. How do you not have 13 grand, Chris? That's crazy. I figured just off of To Catch a Predator reruns he would probably be making six figures. So I don't know. Maybe takes care of a lot of people in his life, but that's a bummer for him. And all those To Catch a Predator dudes, the school teacher that is now a dishwasher because he will never work again, all those guys are having a good day. Just being like, yeah, Chris, how's it feel? Ba-deep. All right, that ends True Crime Loser for today. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for everybody that subscribed. And for the support. I'm having fun. I hope you are too. Hope you have a good day. True Crime Loser out.